Hey you guys, welcome back to the Taylorisms. I'm so excited that you're here. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Obviously you can see we're in my kitchen, so we're actually going to be cooking up my favorite vegan muffins. They are a perfect touch for your weekly routine of healthy choices. And the great thing about this recipe that I've created is that it is a base recipe. So you can actually customize it to fit your specific needs and personal palate. So sometimes me and my family, we actually use blueberries in this recipe. Feel free to customize it as you see fit, and I'll provide the recipe on my blog. So stop on over to thetaylorisms.org so that you can find this awesome recipe, and I'll also be linking the recipe in the comments. So again, thanks so much for stopping by, and let's get started.
First, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and line your muffin pan with muffin liners. Then you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose unbleached flour to your bowl, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of salt. In this case, I combined my salt and my baking soda ahead of time. Then you're going to add 1 cup of pure cane organic sugar. And again, this is a good time to check and ensure that your muffin is preheated to 350 degrees. And again, start mixing those ingredients. Be careful not to mix too hard, so take your time. That way it doesn't kill the gluten in the flour. So right now we're working with dry ingredients, so you should be fine. Then we're going to add cinnamon and nutmeg. I did 1 teaspoon of cinnamon with a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And again, we're mixing that, but being careful not to overmix. Even though it's the dry ingredients, you still want to be cautious of killing the gluten. And then as you can see, I have vanilla extract. That is 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract and a half a cup of vegetable oil. So what I did was, I like to combine all of my wet ingredients. I combined the half cup of vegetable oil with the 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I'll be sure to link this recipe in the comments. So then I noticed, okay, we definitely need to add our unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and I added a half a cup of vanilla milk to the vegetable oil and vanilla, and I added it into the dry ingredients that I had, gently folding it. One thing you'll find is often things get real sticky real fast, and sometimes things absorb quickly, so I noticed very fast that I needed more milk. So I added in my applesauce first, which is 1 full cup of applesauce. And it's unsweetened applesauce. You can also get the cinnamon unsweetened applesauce as well at your local grocery store. That's also good. But as you can see, looking at the batter here, it just wasn't coming together the way that I wanted it to. So I actually went ahead and added an extra half cup of milk to this recipe, which you'll see coming up next here. And then one thing that you can do ahead of time is also prep your topping ingredients in a separate bowl. So while I actually add the half cup of milk here, you'll see it looks really watery. But once we add the half cup of walnuts with the half cup of chocolate chips, you'll see that it's going to absorb some of this liquid here. So I gently mixed it, and then I added in my toppings, which you're going to see next here. So here I am adding the half cup of chocolate chips with the half cup of walnuts that I combined. And again, you can do something similar where you mix your ingredients for the toppings ahead of time. And as you can see, we have a pretty good consistency for muffin batter, in my opinion. I like mine to feel very moist, so this really keeps the moisture intact. So gently folding it so that it doesn't become too like a bread. We don't want the gluten to turn into pizza dough here. We just want a nice flowing but still relatively stable muffin batter. So now we're going to grab our pre-prepared muffin pan, and I usually use a cookie scoop, which you'll see here. I'm looking like crazy for my cookie scoop, but couldn't find it. We have tons of gadgets in my kitchen, so that was fun. But now we have the cookie scoop. I actually do 2 nice hefty size scoops, and I fill it. Most people say like 3/4 of the way, but I like mine to puff up some. So I usually do about 2 hefty scoops of this. But again, use your better judgment. I like to fill it to the top and then allow them to puff up in the oven. And again, you're going to be baking these muffins for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. So be sure to watch them. The muffins are going to make your house smell divine. So take your time with this process and make sure that there's nothing overflowing, because anything that's on the actual pan is probably going to burn. So that's not going to make for a nice muffin. But I just filled these up all the way, roughly 2 scoops. And then as you're going through, I strongly recommend, you're hearing my muffins now, as you're going through and you're filling these up, just be sure to top off any of the muffins that didn't have enough batter. And then we are going to go ahead and pop these beautiful muffins into the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. So there you have it. You have your wonderful chocolate chip walnut muffins. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. And let me know in the comments if you tried the recipe out. I'd love to see how it turned out for you. Have a great week.